guys, how you doing? Steve Laugh here. This job here was, I was at this job a couple of weeks back, maybe 3 weeks. I got a call for no heat, went over there. It was an oil-fired furnace. Needed a cleaning. There was some air in the pump, so I blew the air out. Now, there's no one living at this house. It's like a summer home, so I came back a couple of weeks later and the heat was out again. So what I found there was, it wasn't pumping again. So the filter was clean, and I had primed it a couple of weeks ago and got a good prime on it. So I changed the pump over. I blew the oil line back, and I put a new filter in just for the sake of putting the filter in. But I don't think that was a problem. I think it was a bad pump. So we got that, and got my good flow of oil going, to the oil burner, and also did a combustion test. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I was here a couple of weeks ago. There was air in the pump. It's got an overhead oil line. So this is a summer house that's been winterized, but I just came back just to double check, and the heat's out again. So I'm gonna see if there's air in the pump again. Yeah, we got something's happening with the oil there. Might have a bad pump. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the filter at the tank and see what that looks like. Losing a prime somewhere. Shouldn't be losing it like that. Filter looks fine. Put a new one in, a new gasket. Here. Flow. We're getting a good flow there. 5/16 stubby. Taking this pump off. I want to see what this thing looks like. This strainer in here. It's dirty. This is a bad pump. It was here and I did bleed it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm thinking that's the pump's bad. Nice and clean. The screen's nice and clean. Make sure everything's tight, nothing's loose. Run it. Be a bad pump. It's not pumping. Bad pump. Bad pump there. I should have pumped by now. The only other thing could be is a block line, but I doubt it very much. I doubt it. That's a block line. I'm gonna change this pump. I'll blow that line back and change this pump out. That's what I'm going to do. should have pumped like nothing. Now on a furnace you have to put an elbow on it, if not the thing will stick out too far. On a boiler you don't have to worry about it, but on a furnace I use an elbow for the Firematic. That's what I do. Everybody does things differently. This is what makes the world go around, I guess. I like to get this stuff started before I unscrew it. It makes my life a lot easier. This is a 3/8. Two 3/8 nuts, bolts in that. Okay. Alright, I got this thing started. It should come out easy. If you try, once you get it off, to unscrew that, it'd be kind of tough. So I found that if you kind of loosen it up what you can. You guys, I got my new pump. And go in there. You gotta get this pot started first. First thing I do is open this thing up and spin that until it drops into the, there it goes, it drops right in with the, I'll make sure it gets inside that coupling groove, but that's good right there. Gotta make sure that's tight, because I don't want to be sucking in any air. Especially an overhead oil line, it's gotta be tight. I'll suck in air and won't work. Won't work at all. I'm going to blow back that line. I'll show you how I do it. Alright. This is what I use right here. and you put a CO charge in there. Compressed air charge. CA, I should say. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's put that on there hand tight. That's all it is. Just drops right in there. Now hook up the other side before I release it. I'll show you what I use on the other side. What I do. A couple of ways you can do it. You can take that filter apart, okay, and blow it back into the tank, or you can. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna shut this off here because I already changed that filter. So I'm gonna show you a different way I do. I got this container I made, and I got a rubber hose. I hook up. I'm gonna take that nut off right there, and I'm just gonna blow it back into this container. It's got a bunch of holes drilled in here. I put a little cap so it don't blow off. It's just a laundry the container to blow the schmag into. You just put a rag over this. So when I blow that thing, it's going to blow right into that container. Blow that line out. You ready? That's all it is. See how that flare looks. Yeah, should probably redo that flare a little bit. Wouldn't hurt while I'm here. I'll redo that flare while I'm here. Put a better one on there. You can just go blown into that container there. There's different ways of doing it, but that's one way. Well, I can open this up because it's an overhead line. I can open this up. It's an overhead line. It's not gonna. Alright, so I'll redo that flare on that other side and get this baby back up and running. Alright guys, the cartridges for that CO2 cartridge, they're shorter than the Gallo gun cartridges, quite a bit shorter, but they're made just for that gun. That's just for oil burners. It's made for oil burners. Or oil lines, I should say. It's made for oil lines. Cut this, we'll redo this flare. This flare is a little questionable, so we'll put a new one on there. I got my flare tool there ready to go. There's the one I use right here, the rigid. I don't even ream it. guys are gonna say, what? You don't ream it? No, I don't. I leave it right just like that. Orbital flare, they call that. Crank it down, and once it collects, it's done. If you look at that flare, it's a nice flare. The way I feel, if you take that and you grind that lip out of there, you really kind of thinning it out. So I feel that does a better job if I leave the lip on there. That's what I feel. So that's what I do. Could have made a little bit deeper flare, but they'll be okay. They'll be alright there. I always put a little bit of pipe dope on there. Makes things go a lot easier. A flare or a compression nut, I always put pipe dope on it. Just from my experience, it's always a little better. A better job. Okay. That's good. I'll set this pump pressure for 140. Coming out of the box at 100 psi. Well, 100 psi is designed to run at, I believe, 80 degrees. It's not 80 degrees in the house, so usually never 80 degrees when you're running the burner. I always run my pumps at 140. That's what I do. This particular pump, I'll run this at 140 and drop a nozzle size down. That's what I like to do. That's my take on the whole thing. All right. Actually, that's set at 140. That's set at 140. That's what we want right there. That's good. I got my jumper just jumped out temporarily, just so it don't shut off. Alright guys, it won't start if I got that jumper on there. That's just temporary to bleed the air out. It won't start with that jumper on there. Take that off, it'll fire. I was here a couple of weeks ago. I bled the oil line good and made sure I didn't see any leaks. Come back, it was out again, so we changed the pump, blew the oil line back. The filter was clean. I put a new filter in anyway. I'm going to run it a little bit and I'm going to do a combustion test. Last time I was here my meter was down, so I'm going to do a combustion test on it. That's next. That's what I got for a nozzle in there, 50/70, small nozzle. Only a little tiny cottage. I'm going to do my combustion test. Let me put it right in there. My meter's reading 0, so I can start this up right here. I don't have to go outside. There's a little arrow right on this that just plugs right in. You just twist that. Starting this up, push this button right here. It'll start up. I'm going to do a video on this. I've been getting pretty good at it. Alright. Fuel gas analysis. See it zeroing out. We'll wait for it to zero out. Alright, once it's zero out, you hit OK. Then you have to go down and program what you want to do. I'm on number 2 fuel, so I hit OK. And as soon as I push that button right there, it'll start up. Alright, let me put my little probe in the stack there. So I can stick my meter in there and it'll stay. I get that in there. There we go. I'll be able to stick my meter right in there. Alright, I got my meter up right there. I'll stick this right in there. Ain't too bad right there. Let's see what our 80% excess here. That ain't bad right there. I'm good with that. See the CO2? Anything around 12. Anything above 12 is getting close to, really close to smoke. Alright, so the top number right there, 576, my acceptable limits. I'm under 600, so I'm good. CO between 10 and 12.5. I'm good there. Parts per million under 50. I'm good, I got 6. Oxygen 6.6. Between 4 and 7 is good. Okay? I'm fine with that. Efficiency is 80%. Ain't so bad. Excess here, a little high, but can't do much about it. It's a furnace, a gas furnace, oil-fired furnace. Sorry. Well, that's good. I'm happy with that. So what we're gonna do is, you want to save it to clipboard. You can stop it, and then hit clipboard. They'll save it. I can print it. Next, I'll do my draft. Hit this button right here. You go down one to draft. Hit OK. Hit that, and it's zeroing out. I pull it out while it's zeroing. I'll pull it out until it zeros, and I'll stick it back in. Stick it back in. We'll see what our draft is. Not that good right there. Well, here we go. We're getting a negative now. Not the greatest draft in the world, but I got the damper shut. It's probably a big chimney, you know. Stop clipboard. Oh, I can print it. My printer. Printer, you just hit this little button right here. The green light comes on. We're good to go. Alright, we'll just hit print. Please wait. It's printing. In the meantime, I'll pull this thing out so this thing can cool off. You don't want to put that back in your kit when it's hot, because it's Alright guys, I just clipped my combustion analysis right to my work order card there. New pump, blew out oil line, combustion test. I was here a couple of weeks ago. I did the smoke test a couple of weeks ago. I bled the oil line. There was air in it again. So come the second time there was air in it again. I just changed the pump. I ain't playing around with it. It's like a summer home. It's been winterized, so there's no water in it. It's not going to freeze, but no one's living here, so. That's it. I'll stop by in a couple of weeks, make sure everything's okay, but I'm thinking it's going to be fine. Alright, thanks for watching.